I don't want to make this video relatively long. I got some studying to do, and I have some exam to do tomorrow. But I want to just say that this book is dependent on your tolerance for reading very uncomfortable stories. This isn't too uncomfortable for me because some things I've actually experienced myself. I know what it's like for an adult to berate me. That's not a blood family member. I can't say that I ever was like abused sexually. I can't say that, but there are some things that I can agree happened to me, and more. I got this book because I watched her growing up on TV. You know, I watched her on iCarly, one episode of Zoe 101. So I had an idea of who she was. It's just a little. It's just really surprising. It's really would have. Let me just say this: social media has unfolded a lot of secrets about child stars that I would have never known. You know, I always assumed that every child star was rich. All the money they were saying they made on iCarly, I'm just thinking about all the money they were paid per episode. I was assuming that none of her family worked jobs. Her grandfather and grandparents lived off her. I assumed they were living in like a mansion. Because when I was younger, I thought this show, they paid every actor like in the 100,000s range for salaries per episode. But I haven't got to the point where she talks about her salary. I want to just say that the actor or actress make the show, not the writers. It's like comedians have writers sometimes, but the delivery by the comedian makes the joke or the special funny. You could have someone tell a joke, any joke, but the delivery in the comedian is what makes the joke funny. And I say this about Jeanette McCurdy. She made iCarly along with Miranda and Nathan. They all contribute into making this a good show. Because I could tell you about a lot of shows on Nickelodeon that I did not like, that I didn't find funny, or they weren't really for me. Like, I didn't watch Unfabulous. Whenever that show came on, I would turn to something else. I didn't watch. I watched Nancy Classified, iCarly, Drake and Josh, The Little Romeo Show. I'm talking about non-cartoons like Teen Nick. I watched The Brothers Garcia. I watched what else? I'm trying to think. Those were the only shows that were in like the 2003 to 2007, 8 like range. That's when I watched Nickelodeon every day. Around like the end of 2009, I grew out of it. That's when I stopped watching iCarly, but the first 2 seasons I watched every Saturday night on Nick. Teen Nick. Yeah, every show is popular by the actor, not the writer or the actress. But what I'm getting from the first part is she is a people pleaser. She's a people pleaser. And like I said, had her mom not done these things, there would be no iCarly. I don't think that show would have gone very far. Because like I said, sometimes you need more than one person to make a show good. You know, I think Gibby was like supposed to be just a one episode role, and he wound up being a breakout character because of his personality. But if her mom didn't do these things, I hate to say it, I don't think she would have continued acting. There would be no iCarly. iCarly is one of my top 10 favorite shows on Nickelodeon growing up. I don't think it's right what her mom did. I don't think you should have your daughter calorie counting, obsessing over weight. Your body stops growing at 21. I think because her mom was 4'11". I don't think she would have been relatively tall, but there are a lot of things that her mom done that I just think were a little overboard. What I'm getting about this whole book is her mom is like the closest person she has. Her father seems a little emotionally absent. Yeah, he's the breadwinner. Well, she's the breadwinner. What I get from the father is he is depressed. He works 2 jobs. He possibly is having an affair. And he's just absent emotionally. While the mother she's more there than anybody, but very controlling. See, before all this book was released, I don't remember her talking a lot. I didn't hear a lot about the mother. I just knew that, they said the mom had a cancer, a battle with cancer. That's all I remember. And the first thing that came to my mind about the mother, I don't know if you guys remember this, but she dated like a basketball player. And everybody, I don't know if this is like after her mom died or before, or when she was like in the midst of dying, but she dated like a basketball player. Cause I didn't know she was dating a guy that was like freaking 14 years older than her. I didn't know that. Cause maybe because I'm a guy and I don't look at things. I don't care who's dating who. But she dated this guy. She dated a basketball player. It didn't last long. I just said to myself, I know she would not approve of something like this. And I was like, maybe she did it after her mom died, because her mom died in September. And I remember in the summertime, she dated a basketball player. But what I get from this book is the father's not there emotionally. She doesn't like acting at all. I think being a child actor can really mess with your self-esteem. Being told you did not get the part because you're not this or you're not that, that can really mess with your self-esteem. It comes off like she is just the bread and butter of the family. She's her salary is what keeps the family afloat. And that's very stressful. I'm glad she has recovered. I haven't finished the second part, but it seems if she could write this whole book, I'm glad she has recovered from it. Everybody knows, the creator. It's pretty obvious who that is. But this is a reason why I'm glad. I was actually in summer camp. We had a drama class, and the drama coach, wanted me to play in the Wiz because I was a good. I loved attention when I was younger, but I knew I couldn't commit to something like that, staying late, because my mom didn't have a car. We called the bus. She worked, had to pick us up, and I just knew she wouldn't wait for me till like 6 o'clock and get home late after coming home from work. I knew she wouldn't commit to something like that, so I never went through with it. But I'm glad I didn't, because I wouldn't. I don't think I would be right mentally. Just seeing what directors and people in show business do to kids. What I'm seeing, but very good book.